Hello everybody, and welcome back. Doing an unboxing today. Get it? An unboxing?
An unboxing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, wouldn't that just be boxing it? So, if you were following with what we were doing last week, we had our little flashback tournament, and we were going to end that off by unboxing this on Saturday, and then I decided to apparently get really, really sick. Spent like 18 hours in bed on Saturday. Yeah, so it was kind of a rough weekend, but I'm not quite to 100% yet, but close enough, and I've been looking forward to this basically since they announced it. So, yeah, super excited. So, gonna crack this open. The first thing I noticed is that this box is very odd. Like, I guess it's kind of similar to how they do, Conspiracy, but, yeah. Just kind of weird to see. And, of course, you have the packs are flipped that direction, which is kind of weird. So, conveniently, this is already in two halves. So which half would you like? There's not really
three-headed goblin or three-headed goblin. I'll go with the three-headed goblin.
Really? Okay, you get this one. I was just gonna go until one of them had one and one of them didn't. Yeah,
all the instructions.
Yeah, which is helpful for the set, because although it is a joke set, it is also very complicated. There's a lot of very interesting things that you can do in here. And I don't know what your goal is going to be for the Super Sealed in this, but for me, I want to get a half kitten in play. Among other things, of course. It'd be nice to open some stuff. So, I don't actually know if any of these cards are really money cards, because the set isn't really about the money. I know basic lands are obviously worth some money, and foil basic lands are probably worth a lot of money. But in terms of the actual cards in the set,
the foil basic lands, I've heard they're the same rarity, but because there's only a single art, they're a lot less common than they should be.
That makes sense.
So 4 times as rare as a basic land normally would be.
So, normally I wouldn't go through every single thing, but I'm gonna do it once because these cards are amazing. And it doesn't even really matter what rarity they are. So, magic word, enters the battlefield, choose a word, whisper the chosen word to tap enchanted creature. So I'm basically kind of just going over these in the first one just so you can get a feel for what the set is if you've never played an unset or have no idea what an unset is. It's this, basically. Joyride Rigger, which has an amazing flavor text, but when it enters the battlefield, you assemble a contraption, so that's finally in the set. After they've teased that basically since Future Sight.
They weren't even intentionally going to do it. It was a complete joke, and then everyone took it. They're like, we want to see this.
I don't know how I feel about how they actually did it with the whole, like, secondary deck and all that, but I don't know. We'll see. Might play a rigor-type strategy in Super Sealed. You never know. Success gets +2/+2. Creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's a host or has augment, it gains lifelink. So, yeah, I could probably stop going through these now. It that gets left hanging, pretty cool. Selfie preservation, subcontract. Yeah, so if you want to know what, like, any of these cards that you see do, just look them up, because it is actually a pleasure to see all these cards in the set, especially when they have really good flavor text. Voracious Vacuum.
I like how Artifact is broken off, so it's still an artifact if you combine it.
Yeah, it's neat. Yeah, so basically, like, it kind of showed in the thing, but these are those augment-type cards where you can combine two different things. We get a Killbot. There's a bunch of different Killbots.
They're all the same.
But
yeah, they're even the same collector's number.
Oh, I love this card. Entirely normal armchair. And that's the first uncommon.
You should definitely read what that one does. Because it's weird.
It is pretty sweet. Okay, so during your turn, if entirely normal armchair is in your hand, you may hide it on the battlefield. So kind of like Cheaty Face, if you're familiar with that card at all. You can pay 0 to return entirely normal armchair to its owner's hand. Only any opponent may activate this ability. Only if he or she God, still slurring a little bit. He or she sees entirely normal armchair. You can pay 2 and sacrifice it to destroy target attacking creature. Pretty sweet card.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
So it's a removal spell. You kind of have to hide from your opponent.
Yeah. It's neat. Super Duper Death Ray. An instant with trample, which is sweet. We have Hammerfest Boomtacular.
It's just a great name.
It really is. And the flavor text, of course, it's less music and more straightforward hearing damage. Like I said, just a pleasure to go through these cards. And our rare for this pack is going to be Animate Library, which is a really interesting card that takes a thing in the game that you normally can't turn into a creature and turns it into a creature.
It takes a zone and turns it into
basically.
a creature.
I guess it's a zone, not necessarily an object. But yeah, enchant your library. Enchanted Library is an artifact creature on the battlefield with power and toughness each equal to number of cards in it. It's still a library. If Enchanted Library would leave the battlefield, exile Animate Library instead. And we got a gorgeous Plains. First one we've seen. There is a foil in this pack, by the looks of things. But yeah, these basic land arts are just absolutely incredible.
And now I'm going to ruin it for you.
Why? What?
Look at that.
Yeah.
And look at that.
Oh, no. Oh,
I don't know why they did that.
Why? Oh. Why'd you ruin that for me? Oh, man. So we got a Headbanger as our contraption. So I assume every pack probably has a contraption.
I think that's the case, yes.
Yeah, when you crank it, target creature must be blocked this turn if able. Again, this set has so many different unique things that we're not going to be able to go over all of them.
And of course, contraptions go in their own deck.
Yeah, but you can if you want. And we have a division table, so 2 contraptions. Interesting. When you crank it, target player loses 2 life. And we have a foil Fairy Spy. So all the tokens in this set are foil, right?
Yes.
Except, oh, that's not on the back of this. They have full art tokens, and those are not foil.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the full art token can be on this side.
Yeah. Which is kind of what I was hoping was on there. But instead we get this, which is almost equally as sweet. So yeah, foil Fairy Spy token. Pretty sweet stuff. So that was the first pack. Again, I have no idea what's worth money in this set, but it's really not about that. So go through these quickly. Wild Crocodile, another one of those. There's one at the other side. So basically what you would be able to do... Go to jail. It's a good one. But what you'd be able to do is combine these two somewhat like that, and then you have a multi-headed crocodile.
Yeah, so like the first time you get the effect when it enters the battlefield, and then when you augment it, it can change how you get the effect.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yes.
Of course, Go to Jail is a straight Monopoly. Since Hasbro owns Monopoly, they were able to do that.
Yes. Finders Keepers. I was really hoping to see some Beast Wars theme things. I mean, there is that Transformer.
Yeah, from the special pack.
From the special thing.
But only from that. Sword's a Dungeon and Dragon made it into the set.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, Pie Damage.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a great one. It's a smidgen more than 3.
Shouldn't ever matter.
Yeah, probably not. Yep. So, some really sweet cards. Oh, those are uncommons. Okay, so we have Gimme 5 is the first uncommon. It's so weird, like, I'm starting uncommons and it looks like I have an entire pack of cards left. But, Gimme 5, first uncommon. Party Crasher. Steam Flogger Service Rep. And our rare is going to be... Ooh, we have a foil first. That's kind of weird. Voracious Vacuum. And our rare is going to be Split Screen, which is another really sweet card. Costs 4 mana. It's an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, shuffle your library and deal it into 4 libraries. If anything refers to your library, choose one of your libraries for it. It's a lot of library talking here. Play with your library's top cards revealed. When Split Screen leaves the battlefield, shuffle your libraries together. So, kind of neat.
So you get 4 libraries, but you gotta see the top card, so it's pretty potent.
Exactly. So, we got a Swamp, which is also gorgeous, and I'm gonna really not look at that now. As best I can. Then we have a Gnome Ball Machine, Division Table, and a Foil Elemental. Now, I think this one had, yes. So there's the full art version of it.
There's the full art version of the Elemental.
Why do they have it foil on this side, except for and not the side that's, like, never been done before? I don't understand that. Is it just, like, it was too hard to do, or something? To not just make this double-sided foil, or at least just make this the foil side? I don't get it. That seems really strange to me. Alright. So what was that? Ooh. Probably one of my favorite cards in the set. Really Epic Punch. It's a bear punching a dragon.
Read this card, because I didn't catch this in the beginning.
Yeah, so cost 2, it's a sorcery. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 if it's a host or has augment. Then it fights target creature you don't control. And it says it smarts more than the average bear. But I don't know if this is the thing you're alluding to, but that does not say until end of turn.
No, it does not.
Yeah, so apparently that's just a permanent fixture.
I didn't realize that was the case until I watched the pre-release.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Humming. Paniac. No made engine. Alright, so we have Stamp of Approval as our first uncommon. It's using the watermark mechanic, as much as you can call that a mechanic. Steel Squirrel! Yes! Yes! Side quest, which is pretty cool. And we have Jack Knight. So it costs 2. It's a 1/1 Cyborg Knight. When another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Jack Knight. If that artifact is a contraption, Jack Knight gets lifelink until end of turn. Pretty cool stuff. Gorgeous Mountain. Gift Horse. Ooh, that's a rare, actually.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah. So when you crank it, you roll 2 6-sided dice, create a number of 1/1 goblins equal to the difference between those results. Pretty cool stuff. We have a Quick Stick Lick Trick. And a Sapperling token. Still, I think forever gonna be really just pissed off by that. Not that we really use Wizards tokens anyway, because we have our own. But
I mean, we might have if they were full art and foil.
Yeah, maybe. And we probably will in this set, because I'm sure we don't have anything close to some of the tokens that you can potentially make in here. Eager Beaver, sweet. So, go through all this stuff. Subcontract's pretty sweet. You get people that aren't playing the game to do stuff for you, which seems to be a recurring theme in this set. Bumbling, that's awesome. Extremely Slow Zombie. Okay, this card is sweet for a couple reasons. The first one is this last strike mechanic, I think is actually a really interesting mechanic. And it didn't need to be in a jokey
because
set.
It can be undercosted creatures.
Yeah.
But if they can get enough power to it, they can just kill the creature before it can do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing that's really cool about this is they did kind of a Homelands type thing where they have different art for certain cards. And this one has a bunch of different arts for it. I think 4, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've got the last art there.
Yeah.
Where there's a bird building its nest in its mouth.
So basically, it shows all the different seasons, and the zombie is slightly moved in each one. So it took them an entire year to move a little bit.
To get a little closer to the camera.
Which is so flavorful. So we have a Slaying Mantis, first uncommon.
Which is a great card.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read this one because it is really fun. It's an Insect Wrestler also, which is sweet. But it costs 7 mana, it's a 6/6. It has just a second, which is, as long as this spell is on the stack, players can't move cards on the battlefield. Which, I do all the time, so that's an issue. Slaying Mantis
which means they can't tap for mana.
Yes, that is the important bit to this. The actual gameplay bit to this. Slaying Mantis enters the battlefield by being thrown from a distance of at least 3 feet. When it enters the battlefield, it fights each creature an opponent controls that touched it as it entered. So they can't really do anything. They can't move anything out of the way. It's perfect. Great design. We have another Steel Squirrel. And we have a Rhino. And we have a Secret Base, which is, I don't know if it's playable, but it looks kind of sweet. It is foil. I really don't know what they're doing with the ordering. It seems a little
Yeah, it looks like
random.
the foil. Well, I think it's because the contraptions are behind the rares.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then they just want to put non-contraption foils up front.
Yeah, so it doesn't get mixed up.
That makes sense. We have Serpentine. That's a rare. So it's whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, and then whatever the other side's going to be.
Plus giving +3/+3
Yes.
to whatever it is.
Yes, exactly. So, pretty good. We got a Plains. We have a Turbo Thwacking Auto Hammer. A Sap Sucker. And a Beast Token. Pretty art on the back. So is it just the vanilla tokens that have... Well, actually, no, I guess because
because
that one elemental isn't a vanilla creature.
Well, no, like it's the ones that aren't from this set that have the full art.
Ones that
like
can
this
be
guy had
potentially used
the weird
somewhere else.
back.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
the ones that you can use other places.
Basically, like, it's kind of their way of selling this product to people that don't really care about the hilariousness of it. And the lands, of course. Which is a huge seller, I imagine. Shaggy Camel. Okay, this card is great. It's capital offense and it has no capital letters in it, and that's kind of the point. It's pretty sweet. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of times a capital letter appears in its rules text, which is sweet. Just desserts, yes. Go through.
Beast and Show was another one of those cards that has different arts.
Yes. And is this the one that is the different versions of it are from different planes? Was it this card, or was that a different card?
This is the one it's all the different versions of 6/4s, but they're dressed up like they're at a show.
Yeah, that's what it was. Target Minotaur, another one of those.
Yes. He gets hit by a whole bunch of different abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so our first uncommon is a Sly Spy.
And what does this one do? 'Cause I think there's 6 different versions of Sly Spy.
Yeah. This is the left or right one, right? Sometimes? Is it? I'm not sure.
Sometimes it can be a left or right. Yeah, it could have any kind of ability.
So this version is a 3-mana 2/2. When it deals combat damage to a player, you roll a 6-sided dice, then that player loses life equal to the result. Yeah, and as he was saying, there are a bunch of different versions of this. So if you open one, it might be completely different. Goblin Haberdasher. Monkey! Yes!
Monkey!
And we have a Kind Slaver.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So cost 5. It's a legendary artifact. You can pay 5 and sacrifice it to have a person outside the game control target player during that player's next turn. Neither player may advise that person until the end of that turn. So you can get somebody that's like doesn't even play Magic and just be like, hey, you're taking this person's turn. And just watch as hilarity ensues. Island, which I think this might be my favorite one that I've seen so far. It's really nice. And we have a BB gun, which is a mythic contraption. So it's whenever you crank BB gun until end of turn, target creature gains pay 2. This creature fights another target creature. Pretty sweet. We have a Boom Flinger and an Elemental. Gorgeous picture. All right. So is there anything in the set that you're hoping to open other than like foil basic land, obviously?
I mean, we got the Kind Slaver, which will be fun.
Yeah, that'll be a really good one. Ordinary Pony. I'm still pretty far away from getting my half kitten, but we'll see.
You've definitely got removal for days, though.
Yeah.
That's the third Just Desserts.
Yeah, I have noticed that. So our first uncommon here is a Low Blobber. We have a Contraption Cannon. We have a Rhino. I think that's my second Rhino. And we have Earl of Squirrel, which is another card I actually really wanted to open, because this card is sweet. It costs 6, it's a 4/4, it has Squirrel Link, which damage dealt by this creature also causes you to create that many 1/1 green squirrel tokens, which is sweet. And then creature tokens you control are squirrels in addition to their other types, and other squirrels you control get +1/+1. So it's Squirrel Lord. Really cool Squirrel Lord. That's hard to say. We have an island. Awesome. We have a neural network, dictation quillograph, and a gnome, which that one has that on the back because it is specific to this set. Not bad. All right. Mother Kangaroo, Crafty Octopus. I remember seeing this, but it is kind of funny. Spells suck. So we have a first pick, which probably isn't a first pick if you were drafting this, because it's artifact or enchantment removal spell. Teacher's Pet. We have Hammerfest Boomtacular, which I've seen already. And we have Everythingamajig, which, much like another card in the set, which we may or may not open, this has so many different versions with so many different abilities that it's really confusing. But this one costs 5 mana. You pay 2 and tap it to draw a card. Activate this ability only if you have no cards in hand. You can pay 8 and tap it to gain 10 life, which seems terrible. You can pay 4 and tap it and sacrifice it. You may put a silver-bordered permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. So that's pretty cool. I think this is not my favorite version of this, though.
There's not too many silver-bordered cards you'd want to put on the battlefield that you can cheat out for 4 mana. Yeah. Of course, there is Gleemax that exists, though.
That's true. That is very much true. So we have a Swamp, Lackey Recycler, Inflation Station, and a Construct, which is specific to the set.
Look at the back of that one.
Really?
Scratch and stiff technology.
Seriously? Is this like, am I like being stupid right now? I think I'm being stupid. Yeah.
Probably is the case, yes.
Or I just still can't smell. All right. Yeah, it smells like a card.
It's just got the new smell.
It smells like a card.
New card smell, which is still a great smell, though.
It really is. So we got another really epic punch, which I'm excited about.
I thought that the first card that you revealed was it, but yeah, I see.
Box of free-range goblins. Wow. I would keep my goblins in a box.
By the free range.
Yeah. So we have Despondent Killbot. So, like I was saying before, there's different Killbots, all basically exactly the same. I think the flavor text is slightly different.
Yes.
And that's about the only difference. One of them has different art. Oh, so we got another Sly Spy.
No, I don't think any of the Killbots have any different art.
Didn't they? I thought one of them was different.
No, there's just the leader of the Killbots that is different.
Oh, okay. So you have this version of Sly Spy. It's 3 mana 2/2. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player reveals the top card of his or her library. Put that card into your hand, and you lose life equal to its converted mana cost. That's a
draw a card from an opponent's library.
Yeah. There's another Slaying Mantis. We have a Shelliphant. And we have Hangman. It's a sweet card. Costs 1 black. It's a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, secretly note a word with 6 to 8 letters. You can pay 1 mana. Target player who doesn't control Hangman guesses the noted word or unguessed letter in that word. If he or she guesses wrong, put a +1/+1 counter on Hangman. Any player may activate this ability. When a player guesses the noted word or all of its letters, sacrifice Hangman. So it's kind of like a sub-game, sort of, in a way. Just a completely different game. We have a mountain. We have a Hypnotic Swirly Disc. That one's a rare, so I'll read it. Whenever you crank Hypnotic Swirly Disc, target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of creatures you control. We have a Dog Snail Engine, and a really sweet Dragon token.
Dragon!
Let's see what's on the back of this one. Dungeons and Dragons, inspired by the hit Magic card. That's great. It's a gold dragon, too.
Definitely the case. The card Sword of Dungeons and Dragons definitely spawned the game Dungeons and Dragons.
That's true. Ordinary Pony. It's a good one. Oh, here's a different target Minotaur. This one's getting targeted by a burn spell by the looks of it. So we have a Garbage Elemental. This is, I think, another one that has random abilities.
It's got 2 abilities stuck together.
Yeah. So this one, when it enters the battlefield, assembles a contraption, and it has Undying. We have Contraption Cannon, Kark's Other Thumb, which is great. And we have Oddly Uneven. Sweet name. Costs 5 mana, choose one, destroy each creature with an odd number of words in its name, or destroy each creature with an even number of words in its name. For all those even word tribal decks. So we have Plains, a Jamming Device, a Top Secret Tunnel, and a Squirrel! Yes!
Oh, yeah.
I wish this one would have had the other side, because 1/1 Squirrel tokens are legal in non-silver border sets. But they probably just wanted to print the hilarious art. So, that's probably why. Alright. So I have no idea financially if I'm doing well or not. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's not the point. Yes, okay. This card, I'm so glad they printed this. Crow Storm. It's a 2 and a blue, and you create a Storm Crow, basically, and it has Storm. It's an excellent card.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and this one's fun, too. Give me 5. You gain 1 life for each person who high-fives you in the next 30 seconds. Each player in a silver border game who high-fives you gains 1 life. Pretty sweet if you're at a tournament. When we film this, there'll be 3 people in the room. Unless
So
you
it's
count
probably
Mr.
not
Boopster.
gonna,
So probably not going to do all that much, but I might play it anyway. Just cause. We have Steam Powered. And we have By Gnome Means. So it's an enchantment, costs 3. You can pay a white and a colorless to remove a counter from a permanent you control to make a 1/1 gnome. Or you can pay the same amount, sacrifice an artifact, choose any kind of counter a printed card refers to then put one of that counter on target permanent. Pretty sweet. An island. Guest list. That's rare. When you crank it, target creature gets -X till end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in its controller's graveyard. Applied Aeronautics. And a Goblin. Which I guess is just for the set. Sweet, though. So, like, if one of us opens a foil land, I think that's pretty much just an automatic win.
Probably the case, yes.
Haven't really looked at the, what those are worth. Oh, I'm almost there. I have Adorable Kitten. So, yeah, well, if I open it, we'll see. But, basically, there is another card that's half kitten, half something else. It doesn't really matter.
Well, it's half kitten is the augment, and then there's Adorable Kitten.
The augment part is what matters there. So, yeah, you can have half kitten, half kitten.
Yes.
Which, it's not a particularly powerful strategy, but it's sweet. Oops. Timeout. Do it this way. Hazmat suit used.
Which is a reference to another uncard.
Yeah. So, we have a low blobber. Kindly Cognition. Half squirrel, half. So we could have half squirrel, half kitten. It's pretty close. And we have Old Buzzbark, which is a mythic rare. First non-contraption mythic rare. So a red, green, and X. When Old Buzzbark enters the battlefield, roll X six-sided dice onto the battlefield from a height of at least X inches. For each die, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the result on each creature you control that the die is touching. For each die, Old Buzzbark deals damage equal to the result to each creature an opponent controls that the die is touching. Fun card.
And remember, because of the height limit, infinity is a little difficult to do.
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, so we have Forest. Which, is that our first Forest?
I think it might be.
One. Huh. Quick Stick Lick Trick, we've seen that. Boom Flinger, we've seen that. We have a Brainiac, which I remember liking the card that makes these, but I read it so long ago, I don't really remember what it does. Like, I know it makes them, but that's about it. Alright. Go through these. Oh, yeah, so another Beast in Show. Different art this time. Secret Base, yes.
That's the same art Secret Base you got previously.
Is it? The foil one?
Yes.
So we have Inhumaniac. Sweet card. Sweet name.
Which is another Brainiac.
Yeah. Zombified. So we can have a Zombified Kitten. Spy Eye. And our rare is going to be Graveyard Busybody. 6 mana. It's a star. All graveyards are also your graveyards. And its power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards with flavor text in your graveyards. Which in this set, is probably quite a few. Gorgeous Swamp. Insufferable Siphon. Mandatory Friendship Shackles. And a Rogue Token. Sweet. Alright. Almost done. Down to 6 packs. So let's open the monkey. Well, one of the monkeys. Which is a band I used to listen to as a kid. I just really want to get half kitten, half kitten. Is it really too much to ask? So we have a Socketed Sprocketer. We have a Midlife Upgrade. Squirrel-Powered Scheme. And we have, another mythic rare. This is actually a really good one. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. So it's much like the rest of the Sword Cycle. Costs 3 mana. It's an equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from rogues and from clerics. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you make a 4/4 gold dragon with flying, which we had, and you roll a d20. If you roll a 20, repeat this process. So if you're super, super lucky, you can poop out an army of dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, getting a nat 20 in Dungeons and Dragons is, like, usually comes with some sort of benefit, so it's a fitting mechanic.
You get an extra 4/4.
Yeah. So Swamp. We have a foil rare as well, as luck would have it. Cost 1 green. It's an enchantment, hexproof. When you roll a die, put a number of luck counters on as luck would have it equal to the result. If there are 100 or more luck counters on, I'm just going to say this because I don't want to say it again, you win the game. Pretty cool.
As luck would have it. Just
Yeah.
got to roll a lot of the dice.
Exactly. Those are pretty stacked pack. Twiddlestick Charger, Buzz Buggy, and a Vampire. With really cool art. Alright. That monkey was lucky. Let's open one of these people. I don't know what card it is. But
I think that's X.
It's what?
X.
Yeah. Alright. Dirty Rat. Sweet. Alright.
You had another one of the...
Oh, yeah, I did.
Zombies.
This is the Christmas zombie. So as you can see, the art is slightly different than in the other one, as you might have noticed. So we have Rumors of My Death. It's first uncommon. Yes! I can finally do it! Half kitten, half kitten. We have 5-finger discount, and our rare is going to be Griselda Monster Masher.
This is an amazing card.
Yeah, it's really sweet. So, costs 5, 3, and a black and a red. It's a 4/4. It's a legendary zombie villain. Now it says, combined, enchanted, and equipped creatures you control have menace. So you can pay 3, basically it's mana cost, and tap it, to put 2 target creature cards from graveyards onto the battlefield combined into 1 creature under your control. And it says its power is equal to their total power, its toughness is equal to their total toughness, it has their names, mana cost, types, text boxes, etc. Yeah, pretty sweet card. I'm sure there's a lot of really fun casual combos you could assemble with this card. And we have a Sly Spy foil. This time, it's when it deals combat damage to a player, you can destroy target creature that's facing left in its art. Now, I believe there's a version of this card that does the same thing about a creature that's facing right, and the art is flipped.
Yes.
Yeah. We have a mountain. Fairy Airy. It's another mythic. When you crank it, you create 2 1/1 Fairy Spy creature tokens with flying haste, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, exile them at the beginning of the next end step. Sweet. Accessories to murder. And a Stormcrow, which this is the best card we've opened.
Yeah.
This Stormcrow token, for sure. Like, it's not even close. What does it say? How many crows do you see? And this is how many avian perversions. Sweet. Alright. Not too bad. So, open another one of this. Apparently, I did it backwards, so we get a zombie token. Yeah. I'm just really happy that I can maybe assemble a half kitten, half kitten. We have Knight of the Kitchen Sink.
Which is another one of the cards that has a whole bunch of different abilities.
Oh, yes. This one has First Strike, protection from 2 word names.
Yeah, it always has First Strike, but what it has protection from is always different.
And that's, I'm assuming, a throwback to all of those like knight cycles that they would make, like the Black Knight, White Knight, etc. Inhumaniac, Shelliphant. We have a Chivalrous Chevalier, and Steam Flogger of the Month. Costs 3 and 2 red. It's a 3/3. When Steam Flogger of the Month enters the battlefield, it assembles a contraption for each contraption you control. It's a 3/3.
That could be a lot of contraptions.
It can. There's a Forest. We have Optical Optimizer, Inflation Station, and our zombie that we already spoiled by seeing it first. Not too shabby. So we're down to 3 packs. I think I'm going to save Monkey for last, because that was last time the best one for us, I think. Had a mythic and a foil rare. Go through all these. We have a Super Duper Death Ray, Zombified, Spy Eye, and our rare is The Big Idea.
There you go, for the Brainiacs.
Yeah. I was wondering. So yeah, costs 6 mana. It's a 4/4. It's a legendary Brainiac villain. You can pay red/black, and 2, tap it, roll a 6-sided dice, create a number of 1/1 Brainiac creature tokens equal to the result. Then you can tap 3 untapped Brainiacs you control. The next time you would roll a 6-sided die, instead roll 2 and use the total of those results. So that's pretty cool. You have a Forest, Deadly Poison Sampler, which is a rare.
Deadly Poison Sampler.
So when you crank it until end of turn, target creature gains. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy target creature that player controls. We have a Sapsucker and a Foil Angel token. Gorgeous. Alright, down to 2. This unboxing is taking a little longer than usual.
That is quite the detail on her hair.
It is very nice. Yeah, so this one's taking a little longer than usual, but I think it's worth it.
You had another extremely so zombie there.
Yeah, but... Oh,
That's
no,
the
that isn't
fall
the
one.
one. That's the fall one, right. That was the spring one.
Yeah,
I
you
think,
spring
was the
and winter so
first
far.
one. Yeah. We have Stamp of Approval, Socketed Sprocketer, Steam-Powered, Midlife Upgrade, and we have The Countdown is at 1. I love the art on this card. This is fat dude. Scary. So cost 5, it's a sorcery. Players play a magic subgame starting at 1 life and using their libraries as their decks. For the rest of the main game, if a source would deal damage to a player who didn't win the subgame, it deals double that damage to that player instead. So, pretty fun card. Not particularly great, but a fun card. Because everyone likes subgames. We have a mountain.
If you have an easy way to win, it could be a very potent card.
True. That is true. I did open a lot of that one burn spell that I forget the
It doesn't
name
target
of now.
face, though.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
It only hits creatures.
I
But you
guess
did hit the
that would get
trample one,
confusing.
so that one could work.
That's true. I had a few of them. I remember. So we have a record store, which is another rare contraption. Whenever you crank record store, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Put one of those cards into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Sweet. Dispatch Dispensary. Okay. Anethopter. Pretty. It's nice to see a lot of these classic token arts in full art, because you get to notice little details that you probably wouldn't have otherwise noticed. Alright. Humming. Is this secret base?
That's a different secret base.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one for each watermark.
Yeah. So we have Overt Operative, Party Crasher, Steam Flogger Service Rep, and as luck would have it, we've seen this already. We had opened a foil
shiny
of it.
foil of it.
So
You're gonna apparently really want to roll dice this.
apparently. May or may not play those. I don't think it's probably that good in limited, but we'll see. Planes, Quick Stick Lick Trick foil. These look really cool, foil. We have a treadmill, and an auto key, and a spirit. Pretty. Alright. So, that was my half of the box. No idea how I did, but we'll see how you do in part 2. Alright, part 2. Go ahead.
Start with the secret agent man.
So yeah, just point out anything if you find it noteworthy.
Yeah, this is the guy. So there's a musical for 4 different
That's what I
planes.
was thinking of, yeah.
So this is the Innistrad version. Lab Robot is our first uncommon. Second uncommon is a Sneak Dispatcher. Third uncommon, Knight of the Widget. And I think our foil is a Buzzing Wackadoodle. So this is a really fun card. So it's a 4-mana artifact. When it enters the battlefield, you and an opponent each secretly choose Whack or Doodle, and then those choices are revealed. The choices match. Buzz-a-Doodle has that ability. Otherwise, it has Buzz. So Whack makes them lose 2. Doodle makes them gain. And if you mismatch, then Buzz is 2 tap to draw a card.
Sweet.
And a rare is a Hydra-Doodle. So, green XX. When it enters the battlefield, roll X 6-sided dice. Hydra-Doodle enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the results. And it has reach and trample. It's also a dog Hydra, which is great. A Hydra Hound.
Apparently got the hiccups.
A Lackey Recycler. Buzz Buggy. And a Construct.
Sweet. Is there anything funny on the back of that?
Just tells you each of the orders.
Makes sense. Not bad. I like how your foil and your rare both had the word doodle in it.
Doodle.
It's a great word.
Chivalrous Chevalier. I just like saying that.
Yeah.
Novel Elemental is another one. So, its flavor text is a small novel in which there's 4 flavor texts that all line up.
It's pretty sweet.
Kindly Cognition is our first uncommon. Second uncommon is the first pick. Third uncommon is a ninja.
Awesome. I also would have loved to assemble a ninja kitten.
And a rare.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Summon the pack.
Yeah.
It's an 8-mana sorcery. Open a sealed magic booster pack, reveal the cards, and put all creature cards revealed this way onto the battlefield under your control. They're zombies in addition to their other types.
Yeah, so that's super awesome, and I think we're going to have to get some packs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The best pack, of course, is Legion's pack, because it has only 10 cards, but Legion's only has creatures.
Hey, there you go.
But it does have Phage of the Untouchable as well.
Ooh.
So you get to play a Phage lottery there.
Saucy. We probably won't be able to find Legion packs.
Probably not. A widget contraption. And an auto key. I mean, we could get Conspiracy and get Phage lottery
That's
there.
True. That's true.
And a gnome.
Nice. Yeah, that card I'm excited for. I think you should play that no matter what.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Even just splashing it, since it's only a single black.
Yeah. It's just too sweet to pass up.
Joyride Rigger. An ordinary pony. A Paniac. There's a Curious Killbot. I think the only difference here is that he has a question mark.
Ah.
Yeah.
And the names, of course.
Yeah, and the name. Another novel elemental. First uncommon is a Knight of the Kitchen Sink. Ours has first strike and protection from black borders.
Not gonna be super relevant in the set.
No, but if we ever do a mixed set, I think it'll be very good. Ariel Toastmaster is our second uncommon. She's got a toaster for an arm. This is great. And Krark's Other Thumb.
Great card.
Our rare is a Modular Monstrosity. It's another fun card. It's a 7-mana 3/3. And whenever an opponent casts a spell, you have 5 seconds to choose a keyword you haven't chosen for a card named Modular Monstrosity today that's been printed on a creature card. If you do, it gains that ability. Otherwise, it loses all keyword abilities.
Sweet.
Of course, they had to list that you had to name one that's printed on a card, because otherwise you name, like, Annihilator 100 million or Poisonous 10. Forest. Genetic Recombinator. Top Secret Tunnel. Yeah, that's the secretest tunnel I've ever seen.
It's top secret.
And a Clue.
Ooh. Nice. I like the back of that a lot.
Yeah, that's actually really cool art.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I don't know if I like that better than our booster clue, but it's pretty sweet. I don't know, you be the judge. Better or worse?
Let us know in the comments. Willing Test Subject, which just has a great line. Creature, Spider Monkey Scientist. What it does doesn't really matter. It's a Spider Monkey Scientist.
As you do. Yeah, this is going to be so fun to play.
First uncommon is a Proper Laboratory Attire. Second uncommon is a Steam Flogger Temp. Third uncommon is Steam Floggery. And a rare is
Steam Flogger Boss.
Ineffable Blessing. And this blessing provides us, when it enters the battlefield, choose a white bordered or silver bordered. Whenever a creature with a chosen border enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This one, of course, has you choose, I think there's 4 or 6. I think it's always one of those. And you have to choose between 2 things and draw a card whenever one of them happens. Island. Targeting Rocket. And a Division Table. And a Vampire.
Seen that one. Not bad. So I guess like an Urza would be fun to open. Not even like, I don't even know if it's worth money, but it'd be fun to open just because you have to go to their website to find out what he does. And it's different each time. Sweet.
I think this is the fall one. I think we actually did see the summer one on yours.
Oh, okay.
This one has leaves on his head. So I think we've seen all 4 versions of him now. Another Buzzing Wackadoodle.
No one likes the whack their doodles.
It's our first uncommon. Second uncommon is the Hammer Jammer. Third uncommon is Krark's Other Thumb.
We have a lot of his thumbs.
Yeah, apparently I might be rolling a lot of dice. And our rare is Water Market. You can tap to add colorless, double colorless to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast spells with watermarks.
Huh. That's interesting.
Swamp. And a Gift Horse. It's a rare contraption, but we've already seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Quick Stick Lick Trick. And a Thopter.
Sweet.
So as you were saying, if we ever do another combining like this with Modern or Legacy or whatever, which, we probably will do at some point, this card could actually be pretty sweet. I haven't really looked into what decks could really abuse that, but there are a lot of cards that have watermarks that aren't just in this set.
Yeah, I thought of a few cool ideas, like Split Screen and the card that you used to play in Miracles, the 2-mana enchantment.
Counterbalance?
Counterbalance.
Ooh.
Because you have 4 top cards. That's a
true.
lot of limiting.
That's true.
It is a modern legal card. There's just no card that's really abuses it nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting things you could dip into with these cards. Kind of excited to try them.
This one is Zendikar the Musical.
Ah.
First uncommon is a Border Guardian. Second uncommon is Chittering Doom. Ooh, with 2 thumbs, we might be able to abuse that.
So you're going to make a thumb deck?
We might.
You're going to play mono thumbs?
Clock of Doom.
Sweet. I mean, you got to say it that way.
And our rare
nice.
is Infinity Elemental.
Yeah.
It's 4 and 3 red. And it has infinite power.
Yeah.
And 5 toughness. It's so infinite that its flavor text says, 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 it's so infinite.
You could probably stop that now. Sweet card, though.
Island, a treadmill, and Mandatory Friendship Shackles. It's a great name.
It really is.
And an elemental.
Yeah. Nice. So I wonder if those tokens might be worth something.
Yeah, especially since they're foil.
Yeah.
I remember that used to be one of the most expensive cards in Dragon's Maze.
Yeah.
Was that token.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because
It was. That's right.
Because no one opened that.
Yeah. It was that and the card that made it were like the only money cards in that set.
And then they reprinted it in Conspiracy, I think, and then it went down in price.
Yes.
Squirrel dealer. Need some squirrels.
I do have a Squirrel Lord. I could potentially make a Squirrel theme.
Delighted Killbot. I think that's different from the ones we've had so far.
It's a little hard to tell because they're exactly the same.
Staff of the Letter Magus is our first uncommon. Second uncommon is a Goblin Haberdasher.
Great card.
Third uncommon is a half-orc half something. And another mythic,
you're doing
the
pretty well.
Grand Calculatron.
This card is sweet.
So, a white and a blue, when it enters the battlefield, each player's hand becomes a program, which is an ordered row of revealed cards. Players can only play the first card of their program. If a card would be put into a player's hand from anywhere, the player reveals it, places it anywhere within his or her program instead. And at the beginning of each player's end step, if that player's program has fewer than 5 cards, he or she draws cards equals to the difference.
Yeah.
This is another card that you could kind of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you follow this up with a Meddling Mage on whatever card they name first as their program, you've at least bought yourself 2 turns until they can discard it to hand size.
Yeah, and it conveniently fits perfectly in a deck with Meddling Mage based on
same
Santa
colors.
Cost.
So yeah, there's some
that's
things
pretty
you
sweet.
can do.
That's pretty sweet.
Playing.
It's also if we have that in filming, it's going to slow the game from like a 15-minute game to an hour-long game, probably.
Yeah, when it's like, this is the only spell I can cast.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have no targets. You're like, uh-oh. Whenever you crank Twiddlestick Charger, tap or untap target creature. And a Boom Flinger. I didn't actually have to read that as a comment, but...
Yeah.
And a Rogue.
Nice. Anything funny?
Knowledge is power.
All right.
Subtlety. That's the one. Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. Subtlety. Very subtle.
Extremely. All right. Yeah, so you're doing pretty well so far. Pretty well.
Got a Merman.
Everyone likes a merman.
Which is completely different from a mermaid because the top half is the fish. Another adorable kitten.
Yeah, you're almost on your way to making that happen.
Another secret base. This one's a little different. Looks like it's a giant vehicle. First uncommon is a Labrobot. Second uncommon is Teacher's Pet. Third uncommon is Clock of Doom. And a rare is an Angelic Rocket.
That's interesting.
It's an 8-mana 4/4, hosts creature angel, artifact.
Yeah.
Flying, and you may destroy target non-land permanent. So it kills something when it enters, and if you can combine this with something, that could be terrifying.
Oh, God, yeah.
Definitely see why that's a rare. Mountain. A Sundering Fork. And Applied Aeronautics. And Spirit.
Sundering Fork.
This fork shall tear you asunder.
I don't know. Is it that or the Titan are stronger? I don't know. Jeez. Yeah, this set is just so sweet. Probably not worth a lot, but real sweet. Plus, it's something people have wanted for almost a decade.
Yeah. It that gets left hanging, right? When it enters the battlefield, ask a person outside the game to high-five you. If he or she won't, it gains haste until end of turn.
Yeah.
First uncommon is a Staff of the Letter Megas. Second uncommon is a Skull Saucer. Zombie Head.
That's awesome. That's kind of like Urza.
Third uncommon is a half-orc, half-something. And our rare is... Oh, we got foil first. Subcontract. Another card that requires an extra person. And our rare is... Mario Kill.
Oh, that's the card I was thinking of that makes the bots.
So, what doesn't make them? So,
Or that
6
involves
mana,
the bots.
5/5. Or, you can pay 1 and a black or red to switch a kill bot or Mario Kill in your hand with 1 on the battlefield. This, of course, keeps any enchantments that were on it. So if you, enchant her with something that prevents her from untapping, you can switch her with a kill bot in your hand, and then that kill bot doesn't untap.
Huh.
Or you can just cheat her out into play real quick, and you have a 5/5 all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So you attack with a 2/1, and then all of a sudden it's 5/5.
I like it.
Planes. And a mythic contraption as well.
Nice.
Rapid Prototyper. Whenever you crank Rapid Prototyper, create an XX colorless construct artifact creature token where X is the number of artifacts you control.
Huh.
Pretty potent.
Seems that way.
And an inflation station.
Nice.
Which is inflating chickens.
We've opened a lot of that. We've been inflating a lot of chickens.
Inflate all the chickens.
Shaggy Camel was your top card. It's funny. I kind of almost wish Shaggy was the other side, so it's like from Scooby-Doo.
Another one, making an opponent choose which creature that's attacking or blocking target opponent controls.
Yeah, Frost is going to be doing a lot of work.
It really is.
Super sealed.
First uncommon is a Cog Mentor. Second uncommon is a Steam Flogger Temp. Third uncommon is Steam Floggery.
A lot of steam flogging.
And a rare is
Ooh.
Hot Fix. So, 6 mana sorcery. You have 10 seconds to look at and rearrange the cards in your library. At the end of those 10 seconds, if you're touching one or more of those cards, shuffle your library.
Yeah. That's,
So, best, you probably get 2 cards you really want on top of your library.
yeah.
But this is a fun card.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
And we don't get a land. We get a Steam Flogger Boss.
It's kind of where it all started.
So, it's 4 mana. He's a creature, Goblin Rigger, 3/3. Other Riggers you control get +1/+0 and have haste. And if a Rigger you control would assemble a contraption, it assembles 2 contraptions instead.
And as you may notice, it's black bordered because...
And it takes the land slot because of that.
Yeah, because it is a legal card in non-unmagic, basically. You can play that in your modern deck if you want. I don't know why you would.
It's not going to do anything.
But you can do it.
Unless you get 2 of them, I suppose. But
yeah. But that's a little sketchy.
An Oaken Power Suit, so we get a rare contraption. So look at that, we got 3 rares in this pack.
Yeah.
Whenever you crank Oaken Power Suit, target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. And it's a squirrel-powered suit, so you can't go wrong with that. And a Buzz Buggy. And a goat!
Nice!
Who's a lawnmower, apparently.
Anything cool in the back?
Precondition. Complete this statement. Now that the noun...
Oh, I have to give you something?
Yeah.
Now that the squirrel...
Okay. Is complete, and I need a verb and a noun.
Let's say kick and Donald Trump.
Now that the... And then I need 2 more nouns.
Okay. Mr. Boopster, cheese.
Now that the squirrel is complete, the world will kick at the Donald Trump of my master's plan. Nothing will stand against the Mr. Boopster of his cheese.
Oh, that made no sense. That's awesome. Inaccurate responses will be punished.
More magic words. What is like the best word to whisper quietly for magic word?
Moist.
It's pretty good.
Probably moist.
A different beast and show. First uncommon, a skull saucer. Second uncommon is a monkey. Third uncommon, more or less. Add or subtract one or one from a number or numbered word on target spell or permanent until end of turn.
Another card that could potentially be very good in a mixed format.
Yes.
Definitely a build around me.
And a Jack Knight, which I think is another rare that you opened.
One of the first ones.
Swamp.
God, those lands are pretty.
A rare record store.
Yeah.
It's another contraption you opened. And an optical optimizer. And another dragon.
Hey, could actually use these.
Mm-hmm. You did open the sword, so we might need them.
I think Urza also makes dragons.
Potentially, I think.
Potentially can make a dragon.
He can do everything.
Pretty much. I kind of just refreshed the page.
I'm pretty sure there's
20 times or so.
I'm pretty sure there's 20 for each ability.
Yeah.
So God knows what he'll actually do.
Yeah,
But
I have not seen all of them.
enough that you can print it off and roll a 20-sided if you need to do it that way, if you don't have internet connection.
Yeah. Which you might not, depending where you're playing.
Kitten. I just need the half kitten part, and we're good.
Play Kitten Tribal.
Secret base. This one's very secret, of course. It's got secret base written. With an arrow pointing to the door. First uncommon is a Sneak Dispatcher. Second uncommon is Chittering Doom. Yeah, I think we're definitely going for dice rollings here. We got some,
does seem that way.
Got some thumbs and we got some squirrels.
Thumbs and doom.
And we got a half squirrel.
We got some squirrels and a half squirrel.
And a rare is a Masterful Ninja.
Oh yeah, this one.
Creature Troll Ninja. So it's a 3-mana 1/1 with haste. And you can reveal it from your hand. And then Master Ninja is on the battlefield and in your hand until end of turn. And you can pay 1 and a black to give him +1/+1 until end of turn.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And they've very cleverly hidden a ninja in the art here.
Oh, really? Is it clever? Apparently there's a ninja in our walls. I don't know if you can hear that, but I am not seeing it.
It's very cleverly hidden. You'll have to tell us in the comments if you can find them. Swamp. A Deadly Poison Sampler. It's a rare. I think we've seen this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And an Arms Depot. And a Sapperling.
Nice. Not bad. So, it would be really nice to get a foil land, but honestly, at this point, I don't really care. It does seem like a win to me. A lot of these cards are going to be so much fun to play with. So didn't they just have, like, isn't one of the big tournaments this year supposed to be this format? Like a Grand Prix or something?
Oh, that could be really interesting. Target Minotaur, this one's out in the Blood Rain, by the looks of it. And our first uncommon is an Aerial Toastmaster. Second uncommon is a Monkey.
I'm going to have some toast when I get home.
Third uncommon is more or less. How much toast are you going to have? Because it might be more or less.
It's true. We'll
And
see
a
how
rare
much there
is X. Here he is.
Yeah. X gonna give it to you.
He's a 2-mana 2/2. And as long as X is in X's owner's opponent's hand,
God, no.
X's owner may cast X and activate X's abilities. That opponent can't cast X and play with his or her hand revealed. So basically, if he's in your opponent's hand, they play with their hand revealed, and they can't cast him.
Huh.
But you can still activate his abilities. And of course, you can pay 2 and tap him to put X into target opponent's hand. So once you put him on the battlefield, you can put him in your opponent's hand. And you can pay 5 mana, a blue, black, and 3 colorless. You may play a card in the same hand as X without paying its mana cost.
Huh. That's a really interesting card.
So basically,
It's also very confusing.
very confusing. Basically, you have to cast them, then pay 2 mana and tap him to put him in your opponent's hand. And when he's in your opponent's hand, your opponent can't cast him, and you can pay 5 mana to cast their spells.
Neat.
And of course, they play with their hand revealed.
Huh.
So much complication.
X really gonna give it to you.
You
like
can
literally.
give X to them.
Yeah.
Planes. Thud for duds.
That's amazing.
Boom flinger.
I don't even care what it does. That's a great name.
And a zombie.
Buh. Oh, man. I'm gonna read that now, though. Thud for duds. When you crank Thud for duds, you roll 2 6-sided dice and deal damage to target creature equal to the difference between the results. Huh.
Got a ground pounder. Blurry Beeble.
Ooh, Beeble.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing this.
So it's a 1 mana 1/1, and it has Blurry. This creature can't be blocked only if the defending player was wearing glasses as it was cast.
Damn. Well, I guess it works on both sides.
So if they're not wearing glasses, it can't be blocked.
Yeah.
And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card.
Huh. Likes a Beeble.
Yeah, here's the summer one. I think that's the first one.
Yeah.
So he's still fine. First uncommon is a Goblin Haberdasher. Second uncommon is a Steel Squirrel. Third uncommon is a Robo. And a rare is a Clocknapper. It's 5 mana 2/2. Creature Human Spy. When it enters the battlefield, choose beginning phase, pre-combat main phase, combat phase, post-combat main phase, or ending phase. Steal that phase from target player during his or her next turn.
Well, that's neat. It's almost like take an extra turn.
Kind of. Well, because you'd probably most commonly choose the beginning phase, because then you get their untap, upkeep, and draw step.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
So they don't get untapped.
Sure.
You get to steal their draw.
But if you steal their combat phase, can you attack them with their creatures?
No, you can attack.
Or
Because
you're
it's
just
like
controlling
yeah, it's like you're
Okay.
taking the phase. So you could attack on their turn if you'd so
With
like.
your creatures?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like it occurs as if it's your turn instead.
Yeah. So if you have a really good board presence, then
That
might
could
be
be
worth
an
doing
option.
that.
Or just like stealing a certain main phase or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think most commonly the beginning phase.
Yeah.
Because then they don't get to untap. You get to steal their draw.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Less fun, though.
A gnome ball machine.
Can we get one of those for the office?
Dictation quillograph. And a brainiac.
Sweet. Not bad. What's on the back of that? Oh, it's that guy. The fat guy.
The Hail Your Commander. Another really epic punch. Squirrel Dealer.
Yeah, I have a feeling that card's pretty good.
When it enters the battlefield, ask a person outside the game, do you like squirrels? If he or she does, create a 1/1 green squirrel token. I really
like
hope
squirrels.
I really hope Frosty likes squirrels, because I think I opened a lot of these.
He's probably just going to be a
This
bump on the
target
log and
Minotaur
say no to
is
everything.
frozen.
Oh, yeah.
First uncommon is a Druid of the Sacred Beaker. Second uncommon is an old-fashioned vampire. Of course, he gets +2/+2 and has death touch as long as it's dark outdoors. Could be relevant.
Could be. It does get dark pretty early now.
Third uncommon is a Spy Eye. And a rare is a Cramped Bunker. So it's a 6-mana enchantment for a red, green, and 4 colorless. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player moves a permanent he or she controls to touch Cramped Bunker and no other permanents. If he or she can't destroy each permanent that player controls that isn't touching Cramped Bunker, then sacrifice it.
That's really cool.
This is a card that I think you need like a proper ruling, because of course you could just stick this on your side of the field and surround it with cards so they can't place anything.
Sure.
But I think proper placement is to put it on your opponent's side so they have plenty of room to stack however many cards they can on them. Mountain.
A nice thing to do. It would be hell being a judge at one of these tournaments. Can I just say that right now? Like, wow.
Especially since there's the one card that removes state-based actions.
Yeah, that would... That'd be a little hard.
Headbanger, Sapsucker, and Squirrel.
Everyone likes the squirrel. Except maybe Frosty, I guess we'll see. Alright, down to 3. Yeah, I don't wanna commit quite yet to exactly when the super sealed for this is gonna come out, because, like I said, we have to... Filming this takes a little more effort than just the two of us showing up here. But it will be pretty soon. So, you'll have that to look forward to.
Secret base is pretty epic. It's got face and it's crying lava.
That's awesome.
First uncommon is a Sly Spy. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may destroy target creature facing right in its art.
Hey!
Yeah, this is the flipped one.
Yeah, that's the flipped one. So every version of that has the same art, except for this one, which is flipped horizontally.
Second uncommon is a Cog Mentor. Third uncommon is a Krark's Other Thumb.
You have so many thumbs! What are you gonna do
I just
with
got a
all those
collection of them.
thumbs?
And our rare is Split Screen.
Oh, nice.
So we both get a split screen, apparently. Island. Dual Doom Suits. Our contraption. Whenever you crank Dual Doom Suits, each time a source you control would deal damage this turn, it deals double that damage instead. Top
Pretty
Secret
sweet.
Tunnel. And a Goblin.
Nice.
Just another scratch and sniff card.
I'm not falling for this one. Alright. Almost at the finish line.
Another squirrel dealer. Wow, I really hope he likes squirrels.
Yeah. I mean, come on, it's Frosty. He's gonna say no to everything.
That's true.
That's what he
An
does.
entirely normal armchair. We each get to play with one of these.
Yeah. Sweet.
Second uncommon is a Suspicious Nanny. Third uncommon is a Ninja.
What,
Get 2 ninjas.
Oh, this one's cool, because if you read its augment ability...
You can activate it at any time.
Yeah.
And when it deals damage to a player, it triggers the ability. So,
Yeah.
Interesting. And
it's a ninja.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Our rare is Spike Tournament Grinder. 2 and 2 Phyrexian Black.
Yeah, this card's
For
nuts.
1/1 Legendary Human Gamer. 4 Phyrexian Black. Choose a card you own from outside the game that has been banned or restricted in a constructed format. Reveal that card and put it into your hand.
Yeah, so...
We have a lot of these.
We have a lot of these, and if we ever did a mixed format, this would be an absolute all-star, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be fun. And of course,
Will it?
I don't even need to play black to do this.
It's true.
Mountain,
You just play thumbs and black lotuses.
Twiddlestick Charger, and a Dictation Quillograph, and a Beast.
Roar. All right.
Last pack.
One chance to get... So all you need to do in this pack is get an Urza and a foil basic. And I think we'll be set. I only want Urza because I think it'll be really fun to play with.
I never got the half kitten, half something.
No,
I
you
don't
didn't.
think. Beast and Show. I think we've seen this one.
Well, one's an uncommon, so this is your last shot at it.
Rumors of My Death is the first uncommon. Second uncommon.
Hey!
Half kitten.
Woo! You had way more of the other half than I did.
Yes. Third uncommon is a 5-finger discount. And our rare is a 3-headed goblin. It's 5 mana 3/3 with triple strike. It deals first strike, regular, and last strike combat damage.
Yeah, sweet card. I love it.
And a forest.
I actually think the triple strike and last strike mechanics would have been perfectly fine in a regular set.
I mean, they could always show them up eventually. But
true.
yeah, I think you could design some very interesting cards
Yeah.
with them. And Goblin Slingshot. It's a rare. Whenever you crank Goblin Slingshot, creatures you control get +2/+0 and gain trample until end of turn. That could be very interesting if I'm going to have an army of squirrels.
Absolutely.
And a Sapsucker.
Nice.
And an Elemental.
Well, no foil basic, but all in all, I was really happy with all these cards. And I'm really, really looking forward to trying them, because they are all really sweet. Yeah, so I have no idea who won financially. We'll calculate that up, and you'll be able to see it right there. And I think that was it. So we'll see you later this week for our regular stuff. And then eventually for this, whenever it comes out.